Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome to another fun-filled and informative edition of Benzinga is the week ahead. My name is Brent Slava. I'm head of our news desk, joined with Senior Vice President of Benzinga Pro, Stephen Big Beator, also Spencer Israel. He's producer of our pre-market prep show in the morning, joining us today. What we do for the week ahead is give a quick review of any important news items that happened over the weekend that you'll need to know about, and also preview what's going to be happening for this week, giving you a heads up, trying to get you ahead of the game as far as what's going on this week. And so, want to say hey to the guys. How's it going, guys?
Good, man. How you doing, Brett?
Doing well, doing well. Had a nice long weekend for the MLK, and I'm feeling recharged and ready to go, and excited for the market this week.
Absolutely.
Cool. So probably our big news item for over the weekend was a outbreak of the coronavirus in China, and this is really kind of catching our general news headlines here, and also a lot of stocks are reacting to it. An ETF that I like to use, the China ETF, has the FTSE in there, is the FXI. It's down 4% today as far as the news goes. So there was over 200, last I heard, over 200 cases reported of the coronavirus. And this is a very, very important time for a lot of Chinese people and people that would be going into China. We do have the Chinese New Year, which is starting at the end of this weekend. So kind of a really tough time for us to be getting these headlines. And a lot of stocks, like I said, are moving on it today. One a group that we always like to look at is the vaccine names. So a name like Novavax, that's ticker NVAX, had a really good week last week, and it's up right now 40% as people are traders are considering that this could be a play. They have a MERS vaccine that's been in a candidacy for a while. Cleveland Biolabs, CBLI, that one was moving earlier this morning. It's kind of down now. INO and Novio, that's up 6%. BioCrest, BCRX up 5%. And then there is a producer that's not a vaccine company, but a producer of hazmat suits. And this has always been a play when we hear things like this. That's Lakeland Industries. The ticker is LAKE. It's up 12%. Of course, we have our Chinese stocks reacting. Alibaba down 2%. Travel stocks in China, major moves here. We have Trip.com, that's ticker TCOM, TCOM down 10%. China Eastern Airlines down 11%. So again, this is probably our big news item from the weekend, and stocks are certainly reacting. Big Beat, any updates on your end of things related to this outbreak?
One of the things you got to worry about, Brent, whenever you have an outbreak like this, is there a place where people gather together? And the biggest one that I consider always of a big gathering is Macau, right? The Macau gaming stocks are always going to be probably get hit the hardest because no one's going to be in the mood to be around other people that are sick, and they're sure is not going to be willing to spend money. So I'm
Absolutely.
looking at the gaming stocks as possible, a big short here. How long is this going to last? Nobody really knows. But let me tell you, I had the flu over the weekend, and I'm still recovering from that. And I'll tell you, it sucks. And you don't want to be around people when that happens.
Right.
I look at other things too, and that's shopping, right? Like you just said, Baidu and all those things. So what you could see is a pop in an online retailers. That's instead of going out to the shops in China, maybe you go to online like Baidu or those
Mhm.
places, Alibaba.
Yeah, and Baidu shares trading down about a 2.5% or so. Jumping back to those casino names, the notable Macau producer is Melco. That's ticker MLCO, trading down about 8%. The big Vegas players that, of course, have exposure in China, like MGM or Las Vegas Sands, those are trading down about 2 or 3% also. Cool. So, besides this outbreak in China, the other thing that we want to get on your radar, which is going to be probably our top group of news items for the week, is we're in earnings season, ladies and gentlemen. Upcoming earnings this week. So, Netflix and IBM after the close today, that's Tuesday. Also, United Air kicking off. Some airline names with results tomorrow morning. That's Wednesday. J&J will be out. Let's move over to Thursday now, real quick. Procter and Gamble in the morning. A bunch more of the airliners. We have American Air, that's AAL, Southwest, LUV, JetBlue, JBLU, all before the open on Thursday. After the close Thursday, getting into chipped and software names, we have Intel after the close Thursday, INTC, Atlassian, Skyworks Solutions after the close Friday. Rounding it off with a another financial name, American Express. And Big Beat, you were saying, you were kind of highlighting as we were getting ready for the week ahead, banks weren't super hot last week.
No, they're not doing quite well with their earnings. I think that, the last credit crunch was just that, right? That they didn't have any money to put out there.
Right.
And banks are hurting right now, and they are usually a telltale sign. So, we were looking at Dow 30,000. Now we're not looking at Dow 30,000 right now. And banks have to push up in order to do that.
And we will be getting a little bit more exposure, as I said, on Friday when we get American Express. Quick preview of a couple econ data points that we got on our radar for this week. So on Wednesday, 10:30 a.m., we'll be getting some more data on the housing market, existing home sales, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. On Wednesday, we'll be getting an interest rate decision from the Bank of Canada. And you, Big Beat, you had a little prediction there on the Bank of Canada. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think that they cut rates a little bit over.
Okay.
Over the weekend, Brent, I did some house hunting and I bought a home over the weekend.
Congrats, sir.
Thanks, sir. It's not my first one; it's my third one now. But I'll tell you this much: what I heard from one of the realtors say was very interesting. He said to me, "It's like 2004 all over again," and I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, okay, so it's not 2007; it's 2004." He said that the number of houses that are being sold are very high, and people are overbidding on each other, and it's crazy. And I was there and at DHI, DR Horton. And I'll tell you, I wanted to have a new house built. And when I was doing that, there were lines of people coming in Florida here. And I was very shocked. Look, I just got 3.5%. That's crazy for a mortgage. I don't usually get a mortgage, but because it was 3.5%, was so low, I was like, that's almost free money. So,
right.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then also Thursday, we're going to be getting a rate decision from another very important central bank, probably more important than Bank of Canada. The ECB will be getting an interest rate decision. We'll be seeing a press conference there from Mario Draghi later in the day on Thursday. Also,
not Draghi anymore. Draghi's
oh,
gone.
Oh my gosh, Spencer.
Christine Lagarde.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. It's going to be her first press conference then, I guess, right? Yeah, I think so.
One.
Thank
Yep.
you, Spencer, for the catch. Ladies and gentlemen, Spencer Israel saving the day.
I'll be here all week.
Jobless claims also on Thursday. That's a weekly number. It's at 8:30 a.m. On Friday, we'll be getting at 8:30 a.m. market. Actually, excuse me, that's 9:45 a.m. Market Manufacturing Services PMI. And Big B, we've been highlighting on this show that these manufacturing service purchasing manager index data points have been very important over the last, I don't know, let's call it 3 to 6 months or so. We'll be getting an update on Friday.
Yeah, and manufacturing numbers have not been good, Brent. They're just not keeping up with what the market's saying, right?
Right.
One thing that's interesting is this is the week for Davos, right?
Yeah, World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, starting today, goes till Friday, and I'm sure they'll be partying over there through the weekend.
What's interesting, and I will say this in political terms. I didn't think that President Trump was so well received 3 years ago at Davos. I think a lot of them were like, "Oh my gosh, here's a big change in the United States. We go from the ideology of President Obama to the ideology of President Trump. So there's a big change, right? I think he's been well received this year. As they always say, the man of Davos. That's the nickname, right? The man of Davos. And he's been nicknamed the man of Davos this year. And I think that people are watching the United States and they're seeing that we're lowering interest rates and how our Fed has been reacting. So I think you're going to see a lot of countries that are not in negative territory actually start cutting even more their interest rates.
Yeah, and the World Economic Forum, if anybody out there is not aware, is a meeting of the minds in the economic world. Political leaders, economic leaders around the world coming together in Davos, Switzerland. Very high profile meeting, probably one of the more high profile conferences that we get all year. And I don't necessarily expect that we're like getting anything out of Davos necessarily, but it is something to have on your radar. You're going to see comments coming from major economic and political minds. So just a heads up there.
I
Um,
would say this much, Paul Tudor Jones, who is my mentor. Like I loved him. He's one of my biggest deals growing up. Paul Tudor Jones said something very interesting here,
what do you
Dava,
say?
that this is a crazy stock market run, and it reminds him of 1999. 1999. That's a very interesting year. I would have said 97, but he said 1999. They asked him if the bull run is done, and he said not really. Quote, the train has got a long, long way to go if you think about it.
Hmm.
Did say though that a curveball is ready to be run to derail the bull market. Could be the outbreak of the virus. So we do need to keep our eye on that virus again.
Awesome, Big B. Well, I think that'll about do it for this week. Any last comments from either you guys, Spencer or Big B? I'll take that as a
I
no.
would just say watch us every day. Pre-market prep.
Absolutely. Pre-market prep. It is premarket.benzinga.com. That is Benzinga's daily trader show. We bring you the week ahead each start of the week. We did it Tuesday today because we had the Monday off, but normally this is each Monday. We'll do it 10:45 a.m. for about 10 or 15 minutes. So give you a quick outlook for the week. But if you do want a daily update, that's what Spencer was highlighting there. Premarket.benzinga.com. It's our daily morning trader show. It runs from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. with a couple great hosts giving traders a lot of really good info, prepping them for each day. Thanks for joining, everyone. We'll see you next week. Have a good week.